All right, so for this episode, I'm going to say probably top 3 worst that I have ever seen so far. And trying to think which one would be worse. Because even Lineage at least had some funny moments that I could go back to and be like, hell yeah. I don't know what funny moments this episode has.
Why do we need funny moments?
I have to have something to draw me in. So if you're not going to have high school drama and you're not going to have like action packed, you got to be able to draw me in some type of way. What this episode decides to do is to push me away. So I'm trying to grasp what other episode did that, and I have none. I think this is probably maybe my number 1 most hated.
Really?
Yeah.
This is number 1?
What would be... Yeah, actually it is. Because I have nothing for what would be worse. Which one? You got to give me something there.
Not even season 1? There's lots of those. Like, what do you mean?
Or
this season? Do you just mean this season?
No. I mean, like, I would take season 1 over this episode. That's how much I hate this episode.
The whole season.
I would take the whole season.
Season 1.
I would rewatch the entire season 1, then never rewatching this episode. Like, I would never want to rewatch this episode.
These are bold claims,
yeah,
bro.
That's how bad this episode is. That is how deep I'm going into this cookie jar.
I feel like you haven't seen Bad yet, bro.
What do you mean I haven't seen Bad? You're trying to tell me that it's going to get worse than this. The only one that I can think that is going to get worse, I think, is next season, where Lana and Clark, the 2 idiots, decide to raise a child together that they find. That may top
Why are we bringing up that?
See, that's what I mean. We
don't need to bring that up.
By the way, even that episode, I feel like is going to have funny moments versus this one. There is nothing. This is my number 1 hated.
Bold.
Give me another.
Very bold.
Ryan was better than we thought.
I feel like there's probably worse ones, for sure.
No. I mean, season 1 with maybe the season finale of season 1, maybe you would get me on that because I hated that. But even that, I got some high school drama. I don't have high school drama here. Oh, wait, kinda. I have one moment I can grasp. And it's a 5-minute period that I love. But that's it. So, okay. You know what? I'm still putting this number 1, though. But I do have something. So I'm taking back a little bit of what I've said.
Well, overall, I basically agree with that this episode
is your favorite?
Is a doozy, as you would say. I did say that last week. So it's I don't know. It's just like there's like weird because we get more of Clark's origin, or I guess his ship. Okay, I'm just gonna say his ship is the main topic of this episode, and
I kind of like with what you were kind of. I don't know if you were meaning to hint at it, but I like what you were saying. If you want to tell me that this is more of an alien episode, okay. All right, fine. Maybe I can.
But that's the only part that's enjoyable if you start thinking about it. But then
it's
like
a UFO thing. That's all we have.
Yeah, and it's like because basically Clark is that UFO, and.
Well, it's also when everybody sees that it's outside a building, nobody sees it at all. So it's almost also like it's the Men in Black where a bright light happens and everybody just forgets everything.
Solid metal object just in the parking lot. Lights are up.
8 p.m.?
It's in the med center down here at night.
Yeah, by the way, it's in your area right now.
By the way, if I have my window open at night, it's lit up in here because there's so many lights down there.
Also, it looked like it was so bright that it pretty much turned the sky as if the sun was out. And it also blew people away, meaning that it was so powerful that everybody would have been able to see this.
Look at us. The audience is just listening, and they're just like, wow, what are they talking about? Unless they've seen the episode before.
Well, okay. Nobody should be listening to this pod, period, only for one simple fact. You could not come into here wanting to actually listen about this episode. You don't want to. You don't even want to watch it. But
Yeah,
if you're
because whatever title or caption I'm putting on this episode description, it's not going to be appealing.
there is nothing. It's gonna be probably one word. Don't.
I write a lot of those, and most of the time they're very dumb. But somehow it helps reel them in, you know.
Well, it's all about the picture. It's all about just, having a good laugh. It's all about, making a catch, something to have people be wanting.
I'm just gonna have Martha mid cough
As
the
violent coughing. You're just gonna have her violent coughing in the photo.
But I have her right before she'll does that faint. She just coughing.
Your description: Martha's sick.
Sick day for Martha.
Oh my god.
Martha takes a sick day.
Martha's sick day. Chloe tries to make it up. Doesn't end up working.
Sick day. John's other worst nightmare.
John is easily the best character and the worst character in this, but I also don't blame him, because there's also a little bit of writing at the end of this episode where it's just, okay, do we just make things up now?
No, we just left it to the interns that day.
Okay, all right, that's good. Hey, what do we want to see? You know what I want to see?
Hey, small project for you, group. We can't really
minutes.
figure out the last 15 minutes, so read this description. Write us what you think. And so it was just a combination of all their inputs.
Okay, I'm actually going to buy yours. I'm going to change it, though, a little bit. It was one guy, and instead of doing this, it was 2003, so he was playing the newest Splinter Cell all night, and he then had to come into work the next day, have the last 15 minutes of the script, and he goes, okay, I think I can do this.
Yeah, I've been playing this shit the past week.
And when he brought it to the editors and the director, and they then say, there's no dialogue, he says, yeah, but look at the scenes.
Yeah. Do you not read the description of the scenes? It's like I'm there.
I think you can make it so the audience...
And it's so realistic.
is so into this. It would be like you're at the edge of your seat. You're thinking somebody's going to come around the corner and catch you. It's
Right.
that.
Right.
It is so brutal. This episode hurts me. It gives me a fever. I feel like I get sick having to sit through this. So now I'm having to do this another time. And everyone's going to be very surprised if I don't end up shit-faced by the time this episode ends, because that's the only way for me to be able to watch it.
True.
The last 15 minutes, we're going to be shotgunning beers because there's no dialogue.
Ooh. You can't shotgun with bottles.
Yeah, we can. You ever try it? Glass in mouth.
So, as you can clearly tell, we're on episode Fever.
Hey, you're supposed to say it with more
episode
enthusiasm.
16
Yeah, there we go.
of season 2. And that's why we're just so excited right now.
Yes, but come on, where's the amp?
Somebody save me, podcast.
Yes.
2 nerds. We're here again. But yeah, such a great episode. Again, thank you for tuning in this week, because like I said, this is going to be a doozy, and we're going to just have some fun with it. We're trying to cut it short, right, Taylor? We're going to cut it short.
No. This is probably... There's going to be a lot of theories going on in this episode. We are going to have to go down so many rabbit holes on what this sickness really means. Is this a metaphor for Clark being a god? Is this a metaphor to say Jonathan sucks? What is this really telling us this episode?
Good takes. Good takes. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So open it up, dude.
All right, so I do want to open this up here because this is now going back to the problem that we always had. This is the Martha, where do you think you're going? And Martha now is taking that flower pot that she hid underneath the sink.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got to throw it back. What episode was that?
It wasn't Kyla's, right?
It was when they were hostages. So...
Yes.
No, that was Insurgents.
Yes, that would have been with our Are thieves.
So that was episode
With Mr.
12.
Green.
That was 4 episodes ago. So what? 4? Well, 3 weeks because the last 2 episodes were like a day apart.
That's true. Oh, and so going back to that, do you think this is the next day after?
Oh my god, the worst weekend alive.
This is the worst week.
I would forever remember this year. What is this, 02? I'd be like, I hate 02 right now. I had the worst weekend in 02.
I just really hate the opening because it's just bringing back my old issues, which is the flower being hidden underneath the sink. Martha, what were you doing this entire time? That is the key. That's important. Even this part, what are you doing?
Yeah, it makes no sense because we hid it under the sink in Insurgents at the very end. And yeah, we hid it in Insurgents and under the sink, bro. And it's like, why are we having to move it?
Well, that's the other thing is that
She's bringing it down to the cellar.
in order for it to be, what, close to the ship, so then she can see if there's some type of bonding between them?
It doesn't make sense. This is a rare Martha dumb move here.
Actually, we have 2 Martha dumb moves that were actually brought up in this episode, and that's the entire point of this, is to be able to kind of fix those wrongs that Martha has caused. One of them being the hiding of the key. The other one being, let's not forget, everybody, Ryan has already revealed to us she is preggers. So, spoiler alert, to continue with this episode, I'm sorry to have to already ruin that.
That's right.
But it was already brought up.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was already brought up.
That's right. Damn, what episode? That was, Ryan, episode 8. So
They're finally connecting the dots 8 episodes later.
8 weeks.
Yes.
So was she like just pregnant? Because I think you can start really like to tell, and the test will reveal at 8 weeks. No.
Oh my lord! So you think that Martha, if somebody was like, "Hey, are you?" I can't tell if I can't say she's pregnant, right?
She was like he was just conceived that day.
But Joseph, if you were to be like, "Hey, Martha, are you pregnant?" No, I can't call a woman fat. I can't do this. So, Martha, you gained some weight.
She's definitely not fat.
But to your point, this is 8 weeks later from what she already knew. She would be showing a little bit.
She should at least, actually.
She would have gained a little bit of
'Cause
weight
how
is
would
my
Ryan
overall
know?
point.
And even Martha
Ryan
knew.
only knew because he snoops in people's brains.
Well, no, but also Martha knew at that time. So how pregnant is she right now?
Exactly. She has to be super preggers. Going back to what she would be showing. She would have to be showing, but she can't say anything, otherwise you're calling her fat.
Wait. Why are we even talking about this
Also,
right now?
this is the
because the pregnant reveal doesn't technically happen till later. Spoiler.
No, I'm talking about it because Ryan already hinted at that.
Why are you even mentioning it right now?
Because it's showing 2 wrongs that Martha has done to this Kent household of lying. That is what I am saying. This is the episode where she is fixing those 2 wrongs.
But the pregnancy wasn't even pointed out yet.
No, it was by Ryan. Ryan pointed out.
No, I'm saying
stuff.
in this episode,
Who cares?
the general
I'm
audience
pointing
doesn't
out right
know.
now. I already said spoiler. By the way, you're not listening to this episode if you haven't watched. If you are, you're a psychopath.
Okay.
All right, thank you. But what Martha is then just, I guess you could say, what is it? Altered, stuttered, whatever she is. She is now scared because Clark has come down the stairs and he has said, "Mom, what do you think you're doing?"
Hey, why are you down here? No one comes down here.
I thought you and your father were going to go to the hardware store and pick up some equipment.
He's like, well, he forgot something, so...
We turn back and now we're wondering why the cellar door is open and what you're doing down here. I was getting peaches. So do you store your peaches in cellars?
In the dirt?
Is that really a thing? I put that in my notes. Is that a thing?
I don't know.
You don't mean you don't know. You didn't look up the peaches of the history?
Why would I look that up? Why would I look
You're the history guy.
You literally majored in history.
That doesn't count in Smallville history.
You majored in history, bro. That's going to be you. That's your department.
Oh, well, you know what I hate is that Martha then looks to her left and she sees some lead paint cans and she's like, "Look what I'm going to do here."
Yeah, so she's burying the flower. She buries the flower can into the dirt of the cellar. And it's underneath, I guess, these other jars and cans. So she knows where it's going to be kept. But as she's digging, all this green dust starts to come out. It's like green particles. It's clearly invisible because they're not noticing it.
It's clearly kryptonite, which goes back to what my main
Yeah.
problem with this episode is, and I brought it up to you backstage here. With the ship, and you're not going to dive into it, with the ship and what it did with Clark and Lana's necklace, wouldn't it have healed all of the kryptonite that was in the ground as well? If it took the kryptonite out of Lana's necklace, wouldn't it have done it to the ground at the same time?
No, I don't think it's that case at all. I think it's more so there was no kryptonite down there. It was just the ship. But when Clark got down there and it did that to the necklace, that residue of that necklace just seeped into the soil at that point. And it wasn't harmful until, I guess, they dug it up.
But,
like Martha's doing right now.
But that's what I mean here. Is, okay, let me buy into your point then. Wouldn't the ship now kick into effect because the key is right there? So wouldn't the key start floating up? Wouldn't the key start wanting to go into the ship? Wouldn't there be some type of connection between the two? Something to hint at what it did before. Instead, it's just Martha getting the particles inside of her, as we're seeing. It's going now into her system, into her blood, and she's now going to have a cough.
A cough. I don't know, man.
I think I had the black lung. God damn it, Derek. You've been down there for one day.
It's kind of tricky, though.
That's what I hate about this episode, is that it's everywhere. It's too everywhere where it's not making sense to me. Maybe I'm stupid. We've all considered that at times.
Yes.
But this episode, I don't think I'm that stupid. I think it doesn't make sense.
No, I swear, I'm not stupid.
I'm not stupid, no.
So, as it's going into her body, it goes into her bloodstreams, these little green meteor rock particles get inside her bloodstream. And, of course, she's coughing a little bit as she's bearing it back up. And, you're just going to assume, oh, Martha's about to get sick or something.
And she puts the lead paint back on top so that Clark is not able to see through it, obviously.
Yep, exactly.
We go back inside of the Kent household where Jonathan is...
fixing the sink
for the fifth time?
Yeah, I think maybe the third
I was
going to
say, is Jonathan just making up chores on the inside so he doesn't have to go outside?
I think he's breaking it on purpose, and then he just goes back to it and fixes it.
He just shoves like a paper plate down there.
Like one day he just slightly loosens something, and then he knows it's like, okay, like 3 or 4 days from now it'll eventually do this. So then I'll be like, oh my god, our sinks are broken. I gotta fix it. And
well, again,
he turns a maybe 5-second thing into a 3-hour thing.
Let's keep touching on this because I've been called biased now against Jonathan. I can't even tell you how many times. But yet, Jonathan even says, Clark, sometimes I don't need your welding power. Sometimes we just need a 3/4 bolt. So he wanted to go all the way to the store. He wanted to get this one specific part instead of his son just fixing the problem right then and there.
No, it's a washer.
Oh, washer. Sorry. Guys. If there's any type of people out there who
Dude,
do this for a living, I'm so sorry.
What is your deal?
I take it back. I apologize.
Serious
Not a bolt
problem,
washer.
man.
But yes, going back to that, Jonathan, you are just making the job longer than it has to be when Clark could have fixed it right then and there.
Yeah.
He's making up chores.
Yeah. It's pretty dope of him.
Oh, hey, Clark, after we got this washer, is that the town? Let's go get a coffee. Want to go get a coffee?
Well, you can get a coffee. I'll get a beer.
But we do have Clark then saying, yeah, whatever, Dad. Martha coming in, grabbing the thing of lemonade, saying, oh, you boys have had a rough little
You
morning.
need a nice gold glass of lemonade. Lemonade. Yes, I am Martha. I'm impersonating Martha. She's coughing right
It's
now.
almost like she's sitting
Everyone's
right next to
looking
me.
at her like, ew.
Cover your mouth.
It's literally John and Clark. They pan the cameras to them, and it's just like, gross.
What is she doing?
Cover your mouth. I know we're a farm, but goodness,
Honestly.
you're our mother.
And by the way, talk about intense with her not only getting sick, but then dropping the thing of lemonade, the glass on the floor, her just falling, the piece of glass sticking up. Oh, it's going to cut her throat.
I hated that.
I hated it too.
every
I
second
hated
of
it
it.
too. Why do we need that? Why do we need to take it to that extreme?
Why do we even need to drop it? Like, why would I let go before I fall? Why can't I just fall with it?
Yeah, why can't she just pass out or faint like normal, as if she is having trouble breathing?
No, we don't do that here.
Instead, we have to make it Clark save the day now.
Oh my God, sharp piece of glass.
Hey, does Clark have powers? I don't know. Let's find out. He then
And of course, John's like, Martha, oh, what's wrong? Martha's passed out. Clark caught her, passed out. We go to the intro song. And
Clark is now saying that she is not able to breathe. So obviously things have gotten serious. Those particles that have now gotten inside of her, they have now caused her to become this sick this quickly. But I also I have so many issues here. All right. With those particles, I'm going to assume, and I'm sorry, they're kryptonite particles.
yeah.
Would that weaken Clark right now? Because they're inside of his mother's body. It's the same problem I have with Tina. If
Dude,
the particles,
I think it depends on the amount.
But you're saying that to me, but yet Lana's tiny ass rock makes this man go into a coma.
But also, it wasn't that bad. Like, whenever he was around that necklace, it was definitely enough to feel sick. Because he did say, I feel kind of sick around her. But he would never, like, keel.
He couldn't get within 5 feet of her. With his mother, where the kryptonite's in her bloodstream, he's like hugging her. No, Mom. It's the same thing with Tina. Tina should have been able to whoop his ass.
No, those are particles, bro. Think like little atoms. Shit, particles in the air you don't see. Come on now. Are you serious?
I'm just saying, if it's inside of my body, I feel like
It's too small.
I'm the only thing that is. Oh, I'm not doing this.
It's too small.
It's not too small. I just feel like we are picking and choosing when Clark becomes affected, and by how big the kryptonite
The
particle
necklace
is.
doesn't make him keel
It's
and kneel
too
down.
Oh, it
He needs
does.
whole rocks, bro.
You see those veins in his hands and in his body. He's freaking out every time he sees that tiny ass thing.
Dude, that does not happen when he's around the necklace.
All right, so I also got to say this.
Unless he's grabbing it directly.
Moment that if Clark were to be coming into contact, let's say Clark does become into contact. I'm not saying he is, but let's say he does. Wouldn't the ship immediately react? Wouldn't the ship immediately want to save him like it did before?
Maybe, dude.
I don't think it does, because it doesn't in this episode. This episode makes no sense.
Okay. Well, let's talk about how it doesn't make sense. So, we come to the hospital, you know?
You know who I have missed, though?
Dude.
Yes.
Finally. You know what? Wait, hold on. Yeah, we're going to pause it
Let's
on
at
that
least
fact. We
say
get
that.
to the hospital. We get to the hospital because obviously Martha goes into, I guess, a little cardiac type thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't breathe.
They can't
having a
figure it out.
She's sick. So let's talk about when's the last time we saw this character, because the one watching
Bryce?
over her is Dr. Helen Bryce. And
I don't know when the last time we saw Helen was. It had to have been whenever they realized their relationship at the end. It was a scene that you hated. It had to be around 6 episodes back too. And what's weird is that I'm thinking it's Lineage.
No, dude, it was Visage.
That's so weird that I said it's Lineage. No, it's Visage. A lot of itches going on here.
Yeah, you like it?
I do. More?
Whoa. But yeah, no, that was
But it's like what you and I have both talked about here. I've missed her. I've liked her. I'm glad
Dr.
that
Helen
in
Bryce
this...
is back. She's letting John know what's going on. We stabilized her. We don't know we don't know what happened. She was working, and just in the morning, I don't know what came over her so quickly. She was cool.
Well, and that's where Helen then goes into what she believes happened, where we've had some tests, and it seems that there's some type of toxin inside of her bloodstream. I was able to send over her records to the Metropolis to see exactly what they're able to find. I'll get back to you and let you know. Jonathan then says, thank you. Dr. Bryce walks away. Clark and Jonathan are then left at the window, and this is my favorite part. Besides, obviously, what happens later on, and this is why. So, Martha is laying in bed.
Right.
Jonathan and Clark are standing at the window, and Jonathan is like, I'm going to have to be here all day and stand watch. Clark is, you know what, Dad? I'm not going to leave your side. I'm going to do this too. Clark, your mother had a chore list to do today. You are going to do that entire list while I stay here.
I knew I wasn't going to point it out.
I'm going to watch while you go. And you know what, Clark? When you get done with those chores, then you can come back. All right? But make sure you complete that fundraiser, because this was her plan.
Yo, she really worked hard on that. You better finish it up.
Not me. Not me. You.
I have to stand here. You don't understand. Clark, I will ground you if you do not finish your mother's chores. Why are you still here? I just told you to leave.
As soon as
I promise I'll be back, Dad. Once I'm done with all Mom's chores. You damn right you will be.
I'll be back here to camp out with you. Jonathan immediately just gives like an over the shoulder like
Okay,
I didn't
leave already.
I'm glad that Martha became sick. I didn't want to do those chores.
He is smiling as he hears Clark walk out.
Hey, I'm going to be in the lobby if y'all need me.
Martha, you need some snacks? Okay. Yeah, okay. I assume you're sleeping.
I'll be back in an hour. I think I saw a bar across the street.
Came back, blacked out.
All right, but I do also want to point this out for the next scene. This is how I knew it was actually a really sad episode. Is when we go to the Talon, and it says outside on the Talon, charity concert this Saturday, welcome Stedman.
Stedman.
I actually didn't recognize Stedman. It was the fact that they pronounced the band. I go, oh, someone's dying. Isn't that usually the rule whenever they have like a band playing live on the episode? Isn't there usually like some type of chaotic like sadness that happens?
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't say dying, but it's also it's more so when the budget's really high for that episode.
Wait, no, stop.
Are you serious?
The budget was high this episode?
That's right.
This episode.
Are you kidding me? Did you see that particle scene?
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm going to buy into this. They did not have a big budget. Instead, they said, we don't have anything for an episode this week. We should probably get a band. Let's just use our entire budget on that band.
Do you know who that band is?
I think I recognized one song.
No, I don't.
I recognized one song, but they more than anything sound like the people. I think I'm going to Boston. You know that song?
No, that is.
You know where they're playing in the ocean?
No.
I think they were called like August or something. Maybe
August Rush.
Dude, that is a hell of a movie with Robin Williams. Don't even get me on that.
So we have a charity concert with Stedman at the Talon. So something's happening here. We get the nice old gateway box.
Oh my god, this scene is so uncomfortable.
Oh. All right. So Clark comes in with the charity,
prizes. It's the prizes
stuff.
for the fundraiser.
It's Martha's duties, her
Yes.
chores, and she came down with something this morning. Lana, sorry, I know she would be here, but my dad's at the hospital with her. So, oh my God, sounds serious. What's going on?
Pete's even saying, "Oh my God, she's at the hospital." Immediately, Chloe, what?
Yeah, they're still waiting for some test results, and Chloe's like, "Well, I mean, what were their symptoms? Like, what is this? What is this? An interview?"
Let's go back.
Chloe asks.
Hold on, let's go back.
What
did Pete ask first? Pete asked 2 questions.
Wait, let's actually go back.
I actually want to know this.
Hospital, it sounds serious. Do they have any idea what's wrong? That's what Pete said.
That's what Pete said. Clark then responds, they are still waiting on the results.
Yeah.
And I want to see if Pete then asks the next. Okay, Chloe then just asked the next question right away.
Chloe was the only person to ask the next question. I mean, what are her symptoms? Did they know anything?
What the hell is this, an interview? Dude, what is going on? What type of reaction is this? Like, Chloe didn't deserve this. I don't like Chloe for a lot of things this season. That was out of bounds, Clark. You didn't yell at Pete.
Wait. Actually, think about this, though. Think about this. Because he came in, right? And he said, "Hey, yeah, I know my mom's not here, Lana, because she's at the hospital." Lana first asked, "Oh,
is
hospital
everything okay?
Sounds serious. Is everything okay?" And he's like, "Well, I don't know. She came down with something. My dad's with her at the hospital." Pete asked, "Well, do they have any idea what's wrong?" Mm-hmm. And then Chloe, with her third question, I mean, what are her symptoms? Like, is there any symptoms? Like, what could they have done? What the hell, Chloe? How dare you ask me something after my 2 friends asked me? Maybe that's why he's thinking it's an interview, though, because he got asked a question by each of them.
Hold on. Let's stay on that. I want the audience to take note of that because
I thought that too. Except later on, he does make it worse for himself, making it seem like that it was just her. And that's what actually bothers me with this scene. I immediately said, listen, Chloe is awful, but the reason why I say it was just aimed at her, he said interview. He said specifically where she is the reporter.
What is this, an interview?
This
And Chloe's like, what the hell?
And the moment that happens, it gets a little awkward. He does not apologize. Lana then tries to jump in. Listen, maybe we could postpone. He acknowledges Lana. He has still not acknowledged Chloe. This, for some reason, was built up in this man, and I don't know what she did except try to help him get a job at the fucking coffee house.
That's true. That happened last week.
What is with this guy?
And even Chloe even goes out of her way. It's like, Clark, I didn't mean to be weird. She's like, it's okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's where I said he ruins it by saying he singled her out. No, it's okay, Chloe. He didn't say... Pete didn't apologize because he didn't have to. He snapped at Chloe, where even Chloe, after the scene, is truly like, well, fuck me, right?
Right. He sucks. Yeah.
That was awful from Clark. She didn't deserve it.
No, she did not.
Okay.
Clark's on a steady streak right now.
Yeah. These episodes here, we're crossing a thin line.
Yeah, and so we have John now.
Hanging
waiting
out
at
in the lobby.
hospital still. We're waiting the hospital lobby because we can't stand by the wife anymore. She's pissing me off.
Not moving.
I hate her. She's so much work to do. She's not doing any of it.
Dr. Bryce then walks up to Jonathan while he's in the waiting room, being like, I have some news. Jonathan, oh, what's going on? This is where Dr. Bryce is. Things aren't going really well. Her blood cultures came back, and it seems that it's an unknown toxin.
Acute toxic reaction.
And we can't seem to be able to identify the source. This is where Dr. Bryce has then mentioned the Metropolis, but we also have the introduction of another doctor, which I do have to ask because he does come up later. Is Dr. Moore a reoccurring character?
Doctor who?
Moore? The CDA?
Oh,
the head guy? They just
know.
made him out to be. That's why I asked him, and I paused there, because she mentions again the samples. That's
I
why
honestly don't recall.
Okay.
He might be.
He's not reoccurring?
I have no idea.
All right.
Can't tell you.
Sounds good. But this is where Dr. Bryce does reveal. Dude, I really don't
So,
care.
yeah, she sent her the blood samples of Martha to the Metropolis, I guess professionals, and so came back, and, yeah, so that's what they let me know. And so...
Well, no. She now reveals, because of the blood test came back, she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And Jonathan immediately turns around going, what the hell did you just say?
But I have to be honest with you, I'm concerned for both her and the baby. And John's just like, what?
What do you mean a baby?
Yeah, it's like, so obviously you didn't know. And John's like, there has to be a mistake because she said, she was told she would never
when they were
have a
young.
baby.
Yes. That they were never able to, and that's why Clark they looked at always as the miracle, because they were never able to have children of their own. It's what they were told.
Exactly. And so then she goes, well, I sent it to them and I saw them myself. It's no mistake. She's pregnant.
She walks away. Jonathan is left there dumbfounded, and I kind of agree here. I'm kind of pissed. I'm kind of really mad. And this is why I'm mad at Martha too. Seeing Jonathan and Clark's reaction to the baby news makes me like, okay, Martha, you're kind of an asshole. You're kind of a dick.
She was doing some questionable things here and there in this past season.
Because John's more crushed of like, what? I was just upset about my wife, and now I'm upset not only of my wife, but I have a baby? A lot being thrown at the man here. Dr. Bryce, what a return.
Oh, what a return. And so she goes to her office, and she's, I guess, having her lunch break, and Lex is there.
Let's get to the biggest piece of shit of the episode.
We're still dating. We're still dating. So he notices a Johns Hopkins University letter addressed to Helen. And, of course,
I love
he
Helen.
has to inquire about it.
I love Helen's reaction. Go ahead, nosy ass. Just read it.
She's like, just go ahead and read it, because she knows how he is already.
Yes. And
he even smiles. I like that, too. It's a cute little thing there. It's a cute little thing.
Kinda. You just know that he's always going to snoop into your business, so you just have to accept it.
But what does he say, though? He says they're offering you a 3-year fellowship program for you to lead over in
research.
What
It was
is
her.
it?
It's Metropolis.
Metropolis.
For a 3-year research program, and her entire studies, what she went to school for, was always research to be able to just, I guess, with health, it's being able to just research any type of cure, any type of, I don't know, antidotes, anything that you're wanting to do. This is what people actually love to do. For me, nah, just give me the medicine. But with Dr. Bryce, she is now, this is where Lex pulls a Clark. All Dr. Bryce is wanting to do with showing Lex this is saying, please tell me to stay. Tell me to stay. Tell me to stay. Tell me you love me. Tell me you want this. Tell me you want this to keep on going. And Lex instead takes, again, a page out of the old Clark book. All right, have fun. Hey, you have fun at Johns Hopkins. They're going to love you. I think you're going to be great there.
Yo, you're gonna be really dope there. I'll see you later.
I don't want to step on anyone's opportunity. You have a good time.
Yo, go over there and be dope.
What? Lex, you can't be this bad with women.
No, he is.
Oh, so that's why he really likes
It's like
Clark.
there's nothing worse than a missed opportunity, which is nice to say, but it's also I don't understand.
All she wanted for him to do is say, I love you.
And
That's it.
just tell me to stay.
Just,
you pussy. Tell me to stay.
and she would have.
Tell me to stay.
We do have Dr. Moore now walking in.
Dr. Moore, the DCA, or
The disease
control agency, or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
I was
association.
right. Yeah,
Hey,
I know my stuff. I know my
And,
DCA.
and so they're there because, of course,
Martha,
probably
the unknown substance.
what Helen was talking about earlier. And so Clark is here now at the hospital. A baby! What the hell?
Well, that's what I mean, is that Clark is, like, not offended being, this is what I mean. Last episode with Lucas, we had the little offensive of, like, the brotherly bond. This episode of him finding out that he may have a sibling is not jealousy. It's more like, why did she tell us? What a selfish asshole.
Yeah, what a dick.
And that's what I mean, that Martha did not play her hand right on this.
No, she played it really well.
Okay, wrong.
She learned from Lionel, right? Yeah, she learned from Lionel.
And that's what they learn. That's what they teach.
She learned from Lionel.
Okay, stop talking about them in a perverted way. I don't like it.
And so
Dr.
Helen
Bryce,
comes
Dr.
up
Moore.
with Dr. Moore and lets him know a disease. Yeah, we're here for the disease. We're the disease control agency. We control diseases. John, I don't know if you know us, but we control diseases.
This is for my wife. You know what I talked about you earlier, John, that you frankly just completely ignored.
So I don't know if you know this, but we get protocol when there's an unknown toxin, and we have to pretty much investigate it because we don't know what it is.
I believe all of this, by the way.
Of course.
Yeah, this would be like a hazard, like a truly like biohazard issue.
Yes, exactly. And so they have to come in and do reporting. Like, oh, what is this? Is it harmful to everyone? Is it just a one thing?
Airborne.
Oh, can it be spread?
Yes.
Like, bro, disease control agency. They control diseases.
Well, because he even says, so was she anywhere in the area? Was she anywhere that she like not normally is? Where do you think we're able to identify this type of source? John, no, she's just been around the house. She hasn't been out of work because I keep her trapped. Clark, oh, no, she was in the cellar this morning. John, why are you revealing this, Clark? Did you just say cellar?
Why did he say that, though? Why would he say that?
Hey, because we have to find out what happened to Mom, not hide things from everybody. That's why. Hey, John, I know that you were terrible in school.
Well, I mean, he wasn't mad about it, but that was just more so our point of view there.
He looked behind him like, I'm going to hit you.
No, because that's more of a shock, because he didn't know that, obviously.
Yeah, I still thought that the look was about revealing.
Because
family
he
stuff.
came back, he forgot something. He's like, hey, Clark, go get that thing I forgot. And so he's like, oh, hey, Mom, you're in the cellar. And so he went back and he just didn't even say anything.
Has she been anywhere else? No, she's just been on the phone doing the fundraiser. All right, well, we're going to have to start at the barn. Let's go. John, wait, where are y'all going? Y'all going to search my old property? Yeah, we're going to have to find the source.
We're
You're
gonna
not
search
welcome
the
there.
shit out of it.
This is all normal to me. This actually all makes sense.
Yeah, it does, bro.
And John does not argue. Instead, he actually has the future thought of telling Clark, hey, ship now. Mm-hmm. Clark immediately speeds over where we are now having him go down into the cellar.
And look, there's dust.
Just
more
on the top?
meteor rock dust.
Just on the top?
Dude, it's just brewing in there.
How big of a hole did Martha dig?
And so as Clark is trying to put the tarp over the
Look how
ship,
much kryptonite
all the dust is getting in the air. It's clearly invisible, and it's getting in Clark. He's sneezing. He's coughing. And,
grabs the ship, puts it in the truck. Pete and him are now driving.
Yep, and they're driving, and of course, Pete's just like, yeah, we could just put it in my shed. It's cool, and they'll never find it.
That's a little bit of a hole for me, because Clark even asked, is it going to be good in the shed, Pete? You put it in there before.
It was almost found.
By who? With them?
No, remember
Clark and John were the ones that took it out.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, they'll never look there. They'll never look there. They'll never look there. So
Clark
as
gets
they're
woozy.
driving, this man Clark is blacking out on the road. He's blacking out on the road. Pete's like, "What the hell, you psycho? What are you doing?"
He's like, listen, Clark, what are you? And the truck is going out. It just does a tiny
Slides
spin.
into a ditch.
And then Pete has the best reaction I've ever seen. He is pissed. He is like, dude, what's your deal, man?
And he's like, "What happened to you?"
I'm not quite sure. Come on, let's get out of here. Clark now realizes.
I feel that though, because if you know someone to be indestructible and you know them that well, why not be mad when something goes wrong? It's like, what the hell, dude?
Because his mom's dying, so I'm probably going to be a little bit more understandable instead of just saying, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Nah, you wouldn't.
No, we're not going to do that. I'm not going to understand
you
about.
wouldn't.
Oh, I wouldn't.
No.
I would at least understand one thing. When
You're
mama,
not Pete, dude. Chill.
When mamas are
I
sick,
know you wanna be
off
Pete.
limits.
I know you want to be Pete, but chill, dude.
Listen. Pete and I are so different from each other because I would not be standing there watching my friend try to move the truck and saying, "Hey, Clark, hurry up! X-Files is coming."
Yeah, so Clark's trying to move the truck, but his strength is not working. So obviously the particles are kicking in now in his body.
I feel like we've seen this before. Have we seen this before of his abilities not able to work?
Yeah, when he lost them to Leech.
Great stuff. I love it when Clark's abilities can't work because what it seemed to me, just like in Leech, is that the abilities were then transferred over to Pete. Because the moment Pete comes over now to help push the truck, it's immediately able to move.
Yeah, how much they move the truck is kind of wild because is it just like, is Clark just weakened? He's like, he still has strength, but it's just he has to put more like effort into it.
This is Pete. Have you not seen the Tickets to the Gun show? And it's Pete Ross. I think you need to understand he's the main attraction.
Dude.
I also love that the police now are driving by. Clark and Pete are like, "Oh no, we're so screwed." They don't care about
Wouldn't
y'all.
that doctor even notice that Clark's there? And it's like, how are you there? And I just left the hospital.
That doctor probably is not paying attention. He's looking at his research notes or looking at the GPS. No one's going to notice two kids on the side of the road with a truck. Nobody cares. We're in the middle of nowhere. This is Smallville.
Dude, don't be like that.
I'm going to be like this because Pete was a little bit more of an asshole, but Pete also was the one with the strength in order to get the truck out. So I feel like I'm in a bind of who I should be rooting for more. In this episode, I feel like the Kent household is bothering me. There's been a lot of mistakes out of all of them here, these past few. And I'm hoping that they're going to be able to turn a new leaf. But I don't know if they're going to be able to get over this sickness. This fever has me worried. Is Clark going to get his powers back?
I just hate it because if you didn't guess by now, the word fever, the title fever, it means, oh, Martha's sick. And Clark now, they have a fever. Oh my God.
Yeah, but
So now we have the
fever.
we have the DCA searching the farm. They're finding a lot of random shit every farm has, I guess. And
Well, they're pretty much just taking samples of everything.
Yeah.
They're wanting to see exactly where that disease came from, where those particles are.
cow balls, cow shit,
What?
chickens.
They have a live chicken in a plastic bag.
Yo, tie that one up.
But they're all looking around. They have everything. They're all in the biohazard suits. Jonathan is at his fence. He is actually being on his best behavior. Clark then pulls up, and Jonathan is asking, how did everything go with the ship? Well, it's safe. It's at Pete's. Everything is good. But, Dad, when I was driving, my vision suddenly became blurry, and I lost control of the truck. Oh, my God, Clark. Did you dent the fucking truck? I swear to God.
You wrecked another truck of ours.
I just had it popped out. Oh, my God.
What the hell do you mean you passed out? You don't pass out here. Why would you do that? Never mind. What happened?
Clark then goes on, I lost my strength. And then Jonathan, completely shocked. Oh no, this can't be good. Dr. Moore then gets the call from one of his biohazard agents saying, I think we got something. There's been an irradiated spore that has been kicked up and seems to be producing some type of thermal energy, like it's a ghost hunter's
It's an
thing.
organic particle.
Man,
So
I don't even know what tools they have in order to show that when it's a alien biohazard.
I mean, organic particle, that means it's living. No?
That would mean it's living. So is
Kryptonite lives?
it
Meteor
kryptonite
rock?
alive? Or is it from the parasite?
It's a living organism?
Nicodemus. Flower moved.
But that's also what the flower just did.
No, going on to the point of, does everything that affects kryptonite then allow it to move? Making it organic. Making kryptonite, having some cells in there. You know what? This is a great scientific question for Bill Nye.
Yeah, anyway.
Hey, do you know a Bill Nye slut?
I'm such a Bill Nye slut. And so we have, of course, the DCA, Dr. Moore. He shows up. It's like, hey, found this thing in this flower pot. It's the key to the ship. He's like, do you know what this is, John? Any idea what this is? No, I've never seen that before.
You have any idea why Martha would be down into the cellar at that time, having that key around in that area? No, I have no idea. Okay. Turns around, starts calling on his radio. John and Clark now going on with another Martha secret.
What the hell?
Yes, it's another. That's what I mean.
We had the key this whole time?
this whole time.
It's like, so why'd she hide in the flower jar? Why'd she hide in the cellar? It's like, I have no idea, but that's not the important thing right now, Clark. We need to get it back.
Your mother may have had her reasons. I just don't understand why she didn't have to tell us. Listen, Clark, I'm not really concerned about that.
I just want to make sure she's alive so she can explain herself.
All right, fine. So what do you think about the spores? I don't care. Stop asking me questions.
I don't care about anything right now except your mom because she does my chores.
But the spores you were exposed to, you have lost your strength. They could be affecting you.
No, Dad, I'm okay. Shut up.
It was just a glitch. Let's go back over to Martha violently coughing in the hospital. John going back and forth. He's now realized, oh, she's awake. Now I get to confront her with all of the secrets she hid from me.
Hey, guess what I found out? You hid the key. What's the deal? I have divorce papers in my hand right now.
But before that, I found out you had a baby. Let's talk about that, Martha.
So, baby, is it mine?
Or is it Lionel's? Is that why he gave you the watch?
Oh.
Let's dive into that what if.
We
What
don't
if
want to.
After Lionel gave Martha the watch, they had sex, which then allowed her to become pregnant, which is why she was not showing beforehand, which is why we're just now finding out about this now.
Dude. What a... wow. Wow.
Yeah. Martha's the sweetest. Don't ever get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen. However, she's crossed some lines here, and she has to pay with being accused of cheating now.
Anyways, we have...
But she
John
does
just
give
wanted
her
to sit by
reasons.
her.
I hate her reasons.
It doesn't...
Her reasoning for the child is she thought that if she were to say it out loud, then that means that the child would not come true. So she thought being able to hide it means that the child will actually happen. That's make-believe fantasy. Fantasy, fairy tale land, whatever you want to call it. That to me doesn't make sense, Martha. This is your husband.
No, dude.
And also, what did we talk about earlier? There was also a 2 to 3 month gap between the Kyla episode and the next episode. So we're talking, she's 4 to 5 months in. I think you could tell your husband now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think the safe bet is you're probably going to have the baby. I think it's time to tell John.
At least just tell him, you know?
The good news is John then says, I'm so happy about the baby, I don't care. But let's now talk about the key.
Yeah. So... Oh, are we going to talk about how the ship apparently, like Martha thinks the ship apparently got her pregnant?
Sorry, I jumped too far ahead with the key. Do you want to explain Martha's then reaction on what she thinks
Well,
happened?
it was that time when she says Roger Nixon.
Yes.
Was in the base or the cellar, and so she stayed down there, and the ship was glowing in front of Roger, and so I think honestly that the ship made me get pregnant.
It was the Storm
Able to get
episode,
pregnant.
season
Yeah.
finale, and what
Season premiere,
we are now saying is that, oh, that happened in the season premiere of season 2?
pretty sure.
The ship?
Yeah,
Either way, it bothers me. So, the ship got her pregnant, right?
yeah, like the ship impregnated her.
Is it a Kryptonian baby?
No, it's just like a metal thing.
So it's like Metal Mario.
Yeah, Metal Clark.
Okay, that is, I pretty much buy into more of that. I just, again, the ship is the reason, so it's pretty much the blinding light healed everything. I'm not understanding it because it also makes me ask the other questions. The other people that were affected by the blind light, does that then affect any type of disease that they have?
Well, I don't know, because Roger, we wouldn't be able to get to explain that because he died.
I wish we'd be able to get more because what we'll see, spoiler alert later on, happens in the hospital. So that would mean a lot of people were
Dude,
cured. I don't
stop.
care. I'm not taking these things back. If you should have watched it before listening.
And then, of course, John lets her know, it's like, hey, they found the key in the storm cellar. Why'd you hide it from me? And it was exactly like I told you, bro. She said, no, keep it going. She says, oh, I thought if Clark found out and used it, he would, try to find more about his parents and forget about us,
Do you want me to answer? Do you want me to poke holes?
Go ahead.
All right, so the only reason why she would have done that, it's like what I said, whenever you brought up that little theory of yours, I said that doesn't make sense when it comes to being able to tell John. Because John wouldn't want that either, unless, are you trying to tell me John would be like, Clark, I think it's time for you to go. We have a baby now. I'm happy with my new family. I think it's time for you to take your ship and get the hell out of our farm.
Well, he would know about the baby.
Well, no, I'm saying that's why Martha didn't want to tell him everything all at once. Because...
She didn't want to tell him about the Clark thing with the ship.
Why?
The baby, I don't know. She
Why
wouldn't have
would
told
the-
at the same time.
The ship makes no sense, though. You got to be
Yeah.
able to explain why she wouldn't tell John.
I'm not going to tie in with the baby.
I'm going to tie him into both.
Nah.
I can't accept both.
Baby's different than the ship.
So wait, are you accepting both, or are you accepting one over the other?
What do you mean? Like her
Meaning,
excuses?
her excuse. You accepting both excuses?
I totally buy the excuse of Clark, I guess, going off with his ship and leaving or something like that.
You buy
but-
baby excuse?
Because I said that from the beginning.
You buy baby excuse?
What is the baby excuse?
I'm not telling you because if I told you, then it wouldn't come real.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I buy that too.
No!
Because
Fuck
she's
you.
a woman,
I'm done.
dude.
I'm done.
Oh, someone who literally was told that
Wait.
couldn't have babies?
Do you just say it because she's a woman?
That's right.
All right, this podcast is turning into something else. Now, next.
So you're telling me a guy would make some shit up like that and say that?
I'm saying that Martha could be lying for multiple reasons, and a guy would make up some type of lie if they were having an affair, like she would be with Lionel.
Look, whatever, man. Martha sucks this episode.
All right, cool. We're on the same page here.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
And so we go outside of the Kent house, and Clark's just standing there on the porch.
Okay, this part bothers me.
And Lana comes here, and it's a very strange conversation.
Not only that, but you got to take a look at how bad he falls here. So
Clark's like, just random random memories pop up in your head, huh?
Lana thinks that it's about her. He's literally like saying that random memories. Lana smiles. Oh, what memories? He then talks about the second grade, how whenever he was needing to go to school, he never wanted to.
He always thought his mom was going to disappear and never come back. So he wouldn't even get on the bus until his mom told him, I'll be here when you get back. And so...
And then Lana realizes, oh, the story's not about me.
Oh, wow, Clark, you sound like a titty baby.
But whenever I did walk through that door, she was always there waiting for me. Don't worry, Clark. In a few days, you'll walk through that door, and your mother will be there again in an urn jar.
Why would Lana say that? What is wrong with you, you psychopath?
That would have been amazing!
She'll be back
All right.
in an ashtray. I'm going to smoke on top of her.
Clark then starts saying thank you, but also starts getting a little woozy
Yeah.
again. Joseph, watch this fall.
Starts getting woozy. It's like, and Lana's like, "Are you okay, Lana?"
like on the damn steps.
Dude, what if, he did that whole take and they're just like, Tom, you didn't have to go that hard, man.
You could've-
Why'd you do that? Are you okay? Because that's clearly Tom.
He really could have hurt his head on that scene. That was pretty bad. Lana's concern is actually really like, oh my god, Tom.
Yo, why'd you do that, Tom? Why did you do that? Said, hey, you're not the stunt man, buddy.
They said a simple fall, and that's
You're
what he
not
came
the
up
stunt man, dude. We didn't pay you to do that, man. We didn't pay you to do
with.
that.
Your agent is gonna be
You
on the phone
literally
right
could have
now.
a broken neck right now. But yeah, no, he really does. He really does like fall rowdy, and that's wild.
He commits.
And so Dr. Helen Bryce shows up to the house, a house call, and
John, all right, Lana, you can go now. Get the hell out.
Lana, can you go? We only need 2 women in here at a time.
Oh my God.
That's what John said. You didn't hear him say that?
Oh no, I heard it.
And
does
Lana
one
looks
quick
back.
look.
No. Wow, Clark. He looks so sweet and
I've never
sexy on that
seen
bed.
you like this.
It's just glistening and sexy and...
Dr. Bryce, pour water on him. Take off his shirt.
And so she's checking him out. And, of course, Clark was exposed probably to the same toxin she was. And we need to inform the DCA immediately.
John
And
is like speaking in code right now.
Like, dude, we can't let you do that, man.
She's like,
look,
"Why?"
I need you to promise me that you won't tell anybody. And
Why?
I mean anyone. Mr. Kent, I take my doctor-patient confidentiality very serious, but Clark needs the proper care. John says, look, Clark isn't exactly a normal boy, Helen. I need to get a blood sample.
You can't do that.
You literally can't do that, Helen. You don't understand. Explain it to me. You can't do that.
Is this some sort of religious thing?
You can't do that. And then, of course, come to his shock, the needle goes in. The needle does not bend or break. It is going in. It is drawing blood. And John couldn't be more freaked out, bro.
Oh.
He is actually distraught. He's like, holy shit. And he's looking at the blood. He's like, that's a whole vial. And he's looking at Helen. He's like, what just happened? Oh, no.
He grabs
Oh, no.
her and he's
Oh,
like,
no.
listen, you're
I
the
love it.
only one that can test this.
Yeah, you cannot take this to a lab. I want you to personally test this. Only you.
Nobody else.
He's like, promise me. Promise me. I love this reaction.
This is also where we get to test Helen, though. Because we
Yeah.
haven't really known if we can be able to trust
We've only really
Helen.
gotten like 2 or 3 episodes with her, man.
And yet she's supposed to be a big, important character in Lex's life where you think, is she that good? Or does she have a little bit of Luther in her?
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're now going to her testing that blood. And you know what? She is at her microscope and she is getting into it. She can't believe what she is seeing right now. She's in awe. But we don't know what she is actually looking at. I wish the
says-
camera would have gone in there, but instead Lex ruins it.
Yeah, what do those cells look like, man?
Yeah, see,
I want to know what that looks like. Because obviously we know the typical blood palettes of like, I guess, a human, you know what I mean? So what would it look like for him?
All right, so
Is there even background on that?
I would
What
actually say
does
more
his
like
blood
blue.
look like?
It's got to be like blue in there.
Oh, you
right?
think it's... Oh, you think it looks blue
Yeah.
inside,
I'm
but
like,
it's
I'm just-
red?
Man, I'm just thinking something. I'm thinking out of the box. You wanna
Honestly,
ask what I
how
think?
lucky are they that his blood's red?
I was gonna say like red and like maybe like blue. Like you can see like different colors. It's got to be red and blue, right? It's always got to be that with
Just
him.
goes back to House of L, bro.
Yes, this is
We're all
House
just
of L.
humans.
Why don't we just make a House of L? That should actually take place.
Hey, but while Helen is doing her research, that
I wanna-
boy Lex walks in.
I have a question though. Lex walks in. She turns the paper over. Does she turn it over because it's a patient, or does she turn it over because it's Clark?
Well, I don't know, because it's timed weird with her reaction of finding out, oh, yeah, this is not a normal boy. This is not even a human.
I'm
I
just
think-
genuinely curious on why she turns it over. Is it because she just?
I think it's going to be because of Clark.
I think it's because of who the person is too.
Well, yeah, of course, but it's like now she's fully believing like John, and she did promise. She clearly promised.
But my point,
Because she's testing it herself.
if this was Pete that was in the hospital, would she have turned over
What?
that sheet?
If her parents begged, or if his parents begged like John did, yes.
No, I'm talking about with Lex. With Lex walked in and she was looking at Pete's blood, would she have turned over that sheet of paper like she did with Clark's blood?
Yes, if it was the same circumstance that John went to Helen about saying, promise me you won't show anyone this or tell anyone, And like if it's Pete's parents doing the same thing to her, I think she's going to do the same thing. So it's a matter of
She's a good doctor.
she's
Is
a
what
good
you're telling
doctor,
me. You're trying
yes.
to tell me she's a good person.
Dr. Helen Bryce is a good doctor, bro.
All right. Because Lex
Suck it.
actually tests her, and Lex now throws shots at her.
Yeah.
Lex is a dick in
Yeah,
this scene.
sure is.
I hate him in this scene because all he wants Helen to say, so what's going on? Tell me about the update on Martha.
I spoke to the DCA. Said you might have something?
No, well, unfortunately, modern medicine isn't able to always have the answers, so we're still trying to figure it out. Oh, I guess that attraction is all about that research fellowship you were referring to. Look at this folder. I'm feeling this folder because I think it says Clark Kent on it.
Ooh. And then, well, she shouldn't have done that.
The folder on the strip, does it say Clark? Does it say Martha?
Oh, I don't know, dude.
I don't see. Yes, that's what I'm wondering. I think it says Clark.
Nah, honestly, I think it would say Martha.
So you think she's still just gonna have a folder with Martha and Clark?
The Kent folder.
All right, maybe it's family folder she does.
Family folder.
Kind of
Family medicine.
weird though, but because they have the same symptoms, I'll buy it.
Yeah, and so, of course, Helen's trying to kind of basically blow Lex off here, and, hey, I gotta get back to work, sorry.
Well, because Lex does say, I'm so close with his family, I think you should be able to tell me these things. Helen, no, I think you need to leave. Lex, you know what? John Hopkins will be lucky to have you. What the hell did you just say to her? You just said you didn't tell me their patient history, their medical history.
What is that blood looking like, dude?
I want to see what that blood is.
I want to see what that blood looks
But
like.
also, what a dick.
Yeah.
Only because she wouldn't share and actually, you know, in a way, forfeit her license. So Lex is
much.
then offended by that.
I mean,
Don't you love me? You love me, right? We've been dating for what, 3 months?
I actually hate you.
Yeah, you don't leave.
Yeah, why don't you get out of here? Skedaddle.
You're not going to tell me? How about it, John Hopkins? Whore.
Oh, wow.
You know what?
Rude.
Lex made me hate him this episode.
Really?
Yeah. Everyone is really suffering here. And all you're trying to care about is the secrets. Once again, you pick your moments at the worst time to then say, I'm truly this guy.
Yeah, he really doesn't care.
You know what I care about,
He
though?
only wants the secrets, bro.
Chloe's red buggy.
The classic Chloe. She's pulling up to the Kent house. And, of course, the last time we saw Clark, he was basically bedridden, sick, passed out. And so we can only assume that Chloe is here to see Clark because he's sick. She goes to the door. John answers it. And, of course, he's like, oh, Chloe, hey. Hey, I heard Mr. Kent. I heard what happened. Yeah, is Clark okay? Can I see him? It's like, well, he's resting on the couch. I'll tell him you stopped by to say hello. And Chloe's, of course, like, sorry, I gotta be annoying, but I was wondering if I could just sit with him for a while.
Not trying to
John's-
be a door-to-door salesman.
Yeah, and John's like, yeah, of course, sorry. Yeah, come in, I'll get you something, but I'll wait upstairs.
I don't know why he'll wait upstairs.
Yeah, it's weird.
I also...
He's like, yeah, what's the agreement there? Why wait upstairs?
I don't know what's going on with that.
But Chloe comes in,
Unless the game's
sees
on.
Clark is like couch-ridden, actually. He's on the couch.
He's
Just-
completely passed out as well. He is not awake during this scene where Chloe now goes and sits down.
Hi,
and
Clark.
And she is a little bit weirded out
Already
because
touching his arm.
she has never seen him so helpless. She even says, oh, I guess this ends Clark Kent's record-breaking perfect attendance. Throwing up. She then says, sorry, I'm doing it again.
Paul.
I've never seen you sick before.
Stop.
And it's just got me thinking, you know, that what if something did happen to you? So I also have to get to this. We are now going to be presenting Chloe's letter here to Clark, and I'm going to be reading it word for word, so I want everybody to buckle in. But my other point to everybody, including you, Joseph, Clark has made no hints whatsoever that he is interested in Chloe.
Yeah.
He has made zero hints that he is ever going to stop thinking about Lana. He has made zero hints that Chloe is even like a damn best friend at this point. The only thing they have truly done with each other in the past 4 months is her helping him get the job at the coffee shop. Nothing more, right?
Yeah.
Am I
pretty
missing
much.
something in this
Nah,
season?
No, I don't think you're good.
Okay, good. So Chloe now then decides, you know what? I need to be able to tell you my feelings. But in order to avoid the emotional intimacy, I decided to write down those feelings, thereby avoiding eye contact. He has passed out. He has passed out. There's no way in hell he can hear anything. He can't do anything. He can't say anything. He's not even being able to pay attention to any of the words you're saying. So this is already stupid, but let's read them, everybody.
Yeah.
With Chloe, I want to let you know in on a little secret. I'm not who you think I am. In fact, my disguise is so thin, I'm surprised you didn't see right through me. I'm the girl of your dreams,
Yep.
masquerading as your best friend.
Preach.
Sometimes I want to rip off this facade, like I did at the spring formal. But I can't because you'll get scared and you'll run away again. So I decided it's better to live with these feelings than be able to expose my true self. She then makes a comment about it being easier, that he's unconscious. Ha ha ha. This is what I mean. He's not even paying attention. Going back to the letter. My dad told me there are two types of girls. The ones you grow out of and the ones you grow into. I really hope I'm the latter. I may not be the one you love today, but I will let you go for now, hoping one day you'll fly back to me. Wink, wink. Because I think you're worth the wait. It's so beautiful. It's so sad.
And pathetic.
Clark immediately turns to
Yeah.
her.
He wakes up a little bit. He's like, Lana? Oh, roasted, bro. Chloe just got absolutely annihilated, bro. She's dead.
She's
dead.
never coming
Rip
back.
Chloe, bro. See you later. Have a good time.
I wanted
You just got curved.
to read the words for everybody because it to me is supposed to be sad. It's supposed to be this girl spilling out her true self to this man, but I feel like she's already done this.
Yeah, and this has been attempted so many times.
And he shut her
and
down.
it's like, what the hell? Like, and there's been multiple agreements where we're just friends. But hey, I'm mad that you just said Lana.
Hey, I don't try to like come and hang out with you and make like up things in order for us to be together. Do I help you at the torch all the time, or am I always late? Because with Lana, if she ever needs my help in fixing something late at night, I'm always there ready to fix those pipes. Chloe, I'm sorry, then walks out completely devastated.
Yeah, she's already crying because she heard Clark say Lana, and she's like, I hate my life.
What did she think would happen?
Also, if you really think about it, Clark was with Lana the last time he was awake.
Yeah.
So
That's also the other point I put in my notes is he's passed out. So why would you give a shit about what he said? What if he said Pete there? You gonna cry? You gonna be that emotionally distraught?
Pete,
Pete, is that you?
he loves Pete more than me.
Oh my
And so now we now have John leaving the Kent house.
trying to sneak away from
Yeah,
the
he's
Ken house,
sneaking out.
where then Clark comes out, and Jonathan immediately goes, shit.
Clark, you shouldn't be up, you idiot. You're sick. He's like, I'm going to go to Pete's to get the ship. And he's like, what the hell now, Clark? And he's like, oh, cold?
Where are you going,
He's got the
Papa?
black lung, dude.
Papa, don't leave. Clark,
Dad, what's happening? They told me your mom's not going to make it through the night. She'll be lucky for the morning.
so I'm going to have to do what I think is best. And I'm going to have to go and get that key to the ship. She thinks that I was able to heal her. I don't know. I'm just pulling at straws at this point. I'll take what I can get. But I'm going to go. Well, I'll come with you. No, Clark, I know where that key is. How does he know?
I know where they all put the stuff.
How? How does he know where it is?
I'm John Kent.
What? No!
Local Smallville farmer. He knows all that can be known.
His name is John Kent.
His name is John Kent. The boogeyman.
Oh my god.
He's walking in the DCA, just like, no one's even going to touch him. He's like, it's John Kent.
You took his octagon.
This gun I have, this machine gun, it won't even be any match for John Kent.
Clark is left devastated.
So yeah,
'cause
basically John said, "Shut up, Clark. Stay in bed. You're sick. I'm going to the DCA because I know their whole ins and outs of their operation."
Clark then turns around and says, "Oh, Papa punished me."
There's no way John could do that. Not my John Kent.
All right, so again, John now is planning on doing what? I'm supposed to be buying into that John is this ultimate badass. Because whenever we actually see what the CDA looks like, or DCA, whatever, it's insane. This facility is truly out of Minority Report. Where it's somebody having to break into where all of the cops are, where all their SWAT team is, where they're predicting the future, essentially. And yet Jonathan is like, I got this.
Yeah.
I need you to help me buy into this. Joseph, in what previous episodes have we seen that John is truly a secret agent? Because I don't recall any moments such as this besides shotgun to the bank. But that's just kind of the anger that we've seen, not the stealthy, I'm the cool suave sneaking in, taking things and leaving.
How else would Clark know how to do that himself?
Because he's super fast.
No. He learned it all from John.
John would be banging pots and pans trying to steal something because all he would want is a fight, even if he loses.
What is this keypad?
Exactly.
I thought they just had doorknobs here.
He would have already been defeated. Well,
I need an access card?
What am I supposed to do now?
I know it's there. It's just like, what do I have to do to get inside, man?
You know what? I guess I'll tell Martha I tried. I got to go back to watching the Sharks game.
We have soldiers
That's what I mean.
patrolling this whole area.
But Jonathan's got
with
pliers.
machine guns, assault rifles, and John has pliers cutting through the fence because, yeah, we know where the local DCA building is.
And it wouldn't be electrical with army guys standing out
Right.
That would have never.
Yeah, we don't have it in the budget.
No. We spent it all.
Yeah,
on the
we don't have it in the
tanks.
budget.
The tanks that are.
Yeah, we spent it on the plywood we have here and the tanks and, the one tank we have here and a whole bunch of trucks that don't do anything.
I don't even know why they're parked that way, and the only reason why that the trucks. That
Where is this steam coming from? I said it last week. What is this steam?
Okay, all right. Obviously,
It's coming out of barrels. What do they have in there?
You know what they have? Experimental
Ooze?
kryptonite ooze. Whoa, right?
So yeah, John's somehow doing a Splinter Cell operation into here. I'm
This is insane.
basically watching Metal Gear Solid.
That's what this is.
And-
Snake.
Yeah, this is General Snake right now. And of course, John somehow managed to get around the entire truck before this soldier got around. Made no noise getting in the front door and car seat of that truck, bro. And I'm sure he just slammed the door just now.
I'm just staring at you with a blank stare along with this screen because I'm so angry about what it's showing me. Because now 2 patrol cars then come out, and then Jonathan does a tumble so that he can get underneath that garage door, being able to sneak in with nobody seeing. There's so many. What is this? Like, is this like a museum?
Yeah, I don't. I'm
What is
watching
all
that at the
this stuff
museum.
that they
I'm watching that
have?
at the museum when they go to the Smithsonian.
Yeah, what is all this stuff in the back? You know what? They should have done.
This is the Amazon warehouse.
What are they storing? I wish they would have shown weapons.
This is the Amazon warehouse.
It's the only thing that would make sense because John is even looking at the shadows.
Well, Amazon wasn't a thing back then, huh?
No, it wouldn't have been.
Ooh, what would it be then?
Albertsons.
No, this would be eBay.
Kmart.
This is eBay, bro.
This is the
eBay and
shop.
Craigslist.
Why do you have a store if you can't buy anything in here?
I just don't understand. You're making it extremely difficult.
I just want the shoes, give you some money.
It's like, I'm done. We're done. It's like, I'll never see you again. But so, yeah. So John sneaking in here is still people patrolling the inside of it too.
Well, this must be the evidence locker room.
Yeah,
and
evidence
somehow
locker room.
He knew that was inside of this facility, inside of this warehouse.
How does he know this?
He had to work here, right?
Yeah.
He had to have.
Maybe this is his job. His actual job.
So this is what he works in the warehouse?
He works in the DCA.
He's cleaning up hazardous materials all day long?
And so he gets in here and he manages to just browse around and look.
He's going window shopping.
He's like, what we got here? What we got here?
I don't want that. He shoves that off.
Yeah, he's like just shoving it all in the ground. Like, this man does not care. And it's like, wow, where's this key at? Why is there a lamp in there?
For something so...
Why is there a lamp in there? Is this just all his stuff?
I love lamp.
Is this all his stuff?
This is all of his stuff, is what I'm assuming.
So we got the flower jar, and he's like, oh, it must be in here somewhere. And then, of course, he finds the bag next to it. Finds the key. He's like, all right, I'm out of here. Put it in my jacket pocket. I'm out of here. I'm John Kent. No one can stop me.
For something so small, I just don't know how he's able to find it so quickly out of all of the stuff that's in there. We then have a soldier as John is walking out that's saying,
But
hey, put
as
your
soon
hands
as he
up.
says something, Clark comes out of nowhere and knocks him out.
Hey, where did Clark
because
come from?
Clark is naturally strong.
Where did he come from?
Yeah, was Clark following his dad the whole time?
How? Because we just saw Jonathan
tiptoeing.
hiding. He hid in a truck, though. How did Clark hide in the truck?
He was tiptoeing, dude.
I don't know how tiptoe helps you in hiding in the truck
He's
scenario.
being a sneaky little boy.
You know what's great, though, about the scene is that then Clark decides to not use his super speed, super strength anymore, and Jonathan is having to carry him out as if that he just got shot.
Yeah, because he did, right? Because he's sick.
So how is he able to get in there to begin with?
Also, how do we even get away in general? Because we have all the soldiers right behind them. They have flashlights. You're telling me you don't see them with these two Humvees you got. There's a whole truck peeling out near the building.
dude, there's a ship in the back of the truck, man. Come on, that's
No,
normal.
it's a blue tarp, Taylor. They don't know what's inside.
I'm just saying that Jonathan just decided to park his truck in the most obvious place known to man, where they
Look,
would have been able
they're
to see
literally
it.
right behind him, bro.
He also has a bright red truck.
Bright red, cherry red.
Bright red. There is no getting away with this.
And so now they're trying to drive away, and we have going back to the hospital, Martha, and she is waking up and pretty much going into full-on shock or something. The illness is about to succumb.
Well, they said that she wouldn't make it through the night, which is what Jonathan told Clark. So now this is her dying moment where it seems, though, I'm not going to lie to you, that it's a long time before they get to her. So she's dead about, what, 5-10 minutes?
She's dead now.
Yeah, okay. 5-10 minutes, huh? She's been dead. She would have, okay.
But we have a code blue. We have a code blue in the hospital. Dr. Helen Bryce said we have a code blue.
The wife told me that's accurate. Yeah,
Really?
she told me that that's actually what they call in order if somebody's dying, they call it code blue.
Really?
Yeah, because they flatline.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that was actually
just a blue line. Is flat line?
code pink. I'm almost positive. I'm sorry if I'm getting this wrong. But code pink. I'm almost positive it's somebody's taking a baby.
Taking a baby.
Taking a baby, like somebody goes in and actually takes a baby.
Code pink.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be terrifying to hear. Like someone literally has a baby that's not theirs.
Yeah. Well, pediatrics, so she knows the ins and outs, but yeah, the colors are saying it all. Crazy. It's pink.
Wow.
That's wild. You know what else is wild?
Code green. AIDS breakout. Someone just exposed AIDS.
I don't think that's it.
No? Code green. Meteor rock.
That's what it is. Because it's always going back to kryptonite in the end. Kryptonite caused it
So
all.
you like how this turns into an episode of ER, George Clooney?
I'm so glad you said that because I swear to God I put that in my notes. I said the moment Dr. Bryson comes up, I go, ER. I also have a lot of red flags with this because obviously going back to the episode, we have John's truck pulling up where the officers' helicopter have blocked off the entire roadway. And now everybody is coming around. They are going to pull John and Clark out of this truck. They are telling him put his hands up right now. And yet, who do we have inside of the truck?
Pete, the local decoy.
How did Pete get there? And if I'm Pete, I'm pissed because now I'm going to jail for the night.
Yeah.
What do I get out of this? It's like John pretty much sold me out. And it goes back to John being selfish and using people. Is I think what it has to be in the end.
I don't even know how they had the time to get this man, bro.
They somehow have a different truck, looks brand new, probably because Clark ruined the red one. They then take the tarp off of the ship. Martha is now struggling inside the hospital. Bryce is now trying to bring her back to life. I'm pretty sure with her sending shockwaves that would have done something to the baby. We're going to ignore all this. The ship then starts glowing light.
Because they put the key in it.
Yes. It is now rising above. Helen is now putting it over Martha's body. Her little, what do you call that? I'm trying to think. It's where you check the heartbeat. What do they call it?
Sternum?
No. What do they call the tool that they use where they put it in their ears and they check the heart?
Oh, damn.
Yeah. That's what she's putting on Martha. But then she says, you know what? I'm calling it. She was dead 10 p.m. Ship then goes bright as can be. Everybody would be seeing it right now. Everybody that's within a 2-mile radius would have noticed this ship. It surges a light through the entire hospital, causing now everybody to be blinded. Martha all of a sudden has an awakening, and she has that breath of light.
I'm back to life. And even Helen's like, what the hell? There's no way you should be alive. And she checks her heartbeat. It's like, wow, your breathing's okay. And so, of course, the ship is curing Clark as well in the parking lot.
By the way.
Still lit up, and then it just shines back down and goes back in the truck.
Goes back in the truck.
Dope.
Beforehand, it flew away, and it went crazy. Right now, though, it's just going to float back down into the truck. Oh, and don't worry. After that, then we get a hug. Everybody seems to be good because now we're on the sonogram of the baby being shown. Baby's completely healthy even after sending shocks through its body.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... All right.
That's pretty cool, right?
All right.
Yeah, so now we go to the next day, the morning. We're checking the baby.
It's nothing short of a miracle. But how with your family? How could this ever have happened? It's like what you said, Doc. It's a miracle.
It's a miracle, yeah.
It's a
My name's John. I believe in miracles. You clearly don't.
And you're supposed to be a doctor.
I'm sure you found out what Clark's blood's looking like, but so what? It's a miracle. But yeah,
hold on.
Helen even tells him.
I actually would trust Bryce, though. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to lie to you. Bryce essentially has shown me her true colors in this episode. If I'm John, I'm like, you got me.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Honestly, I would trust Bryce, too. Because she even says, it's like, I saw Clark's blood.
Well, and she even just realizes, she acknowledges, it's kind of like a wink-wink scenario. You got a special kid. You got special all around. So I'm not going to try to question it any more than what I have to. She then decides to leave. Clark is still there staring at her, questioning, well, I hate that she knows, but also we probably need a doctor for the future. We now go to the next scene where Lex is pulling up to another doctor. This is the other person I'm assuming is going to be working with Helen Bryce when it comes to her research. Lex then pulls up, asks for, or just says, hey, in this case. And this is where the doctor gives him the file of Martha.
And it's just so messed up because Lex truly has been the dick this episode.
But is Clark's stuff in there?
It might be.
That's why I was hoping that whenever we talked about her doing the scope, I really was hoping that it was a separate folder, because that means now, in a way, Lex gets rewarded for acting like a total asshole.
Yeah, that's right.
The entire episode, where because he gets what he wants, he then gets the file, satisfied with everything, says, you have a good day, Doc, drives away, buys her a gift, Dr. Bryce, puts it on her desk, and is then going to say, you know what? I love you, baby. You're a piece of shit, dude.
No, dude, it's so cool.
I got what I wanted.
It's like, yeah, got my file. Hey, so I wanted to give you something. Oh, a little going away gift, Lex? No, on the contrary. Opens the nice little box. You'd think it'd be jewelry, but no. It's a key. A mansion key. I want you to move in.
And Dr. Bryce believes that Lex is then turning a corner, actually caring about her. Instead, Lex is only doing this in order to just, because she has the trust of the Kent household, he believes that she's going to be around them constantly, being able to get and study Clark.
This is a scheme, baby.
This is such a fucking scheme. I am so mad at him because this is shitty.
I would never stand in the way of your ambitions, Helen. But
You're such a dick.
I'd be missing an opportunity if I told you how much I didn't want you to stay, or want you to stay.
I'm so mad at him. This is crossing so many lines.
She's
this
so
is bad.
buying it. She's like,
This is Lionel. This is Lionel right now. I'm so mad at Lex for doing this. Going to the next scene before I actually burst a blood vessel.
oh, the torch.
We are now
Lana
back to
walks in.
Chloe and Lana. Chloe is now publishing, obviously, the new headline here, where it's all about the sickness that was able to be overcome. Lana then, of course, walks in, And they're kind of talking about where Chloe was able to go and see Clark while he was in that state. Lana decided not to see him in that state.
I guess it just really scared me to see him like that, you know?
They both have this like commonality of just believing because Clark was sick, that both made us realize that we truly love him.
Yeah.
What?
It's really stupid.
I don't get this.
Yeah, they're just really dicks to Clark.
Yeah. Clark, you're weak.
He may
now
be
I
dumb.
love you.
He may be dumb, but, you know.
He doesn't deserve some of this.
They like seeing vulnerability, bro.
Chloe then leaves. Lana, I can't remember if she asked for, she asked for the brochures that she's able to then take. Chloe then tells her where they are, next to the recycle bin, where Lana decides to go dumpster diving, is what you call it?
Recycle diving.
Recycle diving.
Yeah, recycle trash diving. So she picks up the thing that
The note
Chloe typed out.
That I read.
Yeah, and that she read. And she's reading it herself, and she's now realizing, oh, Chloe has feelings for Clark, which isn't brand new because
None
it's
of this
known,
is new.
It's known information. The whole school knows that thing.
Hey, remember when Chloe was affected by the parasite and Lana wasn't?
Yeah.
And Lana then like knew about how everybody felt because that was about 2 days ago. And so you would think, whoa, my God, are you?
Yeah,
really,
yeah, that's
you
why I
really
wanted to do
this?
We gotta hear the Steadman song right now. But yeah, so yeah, like come on, dude. That's a nice little song there.
That's not a nice little song.
Okay.
Because it doesn't fit on anything that I've been watching. Like, it's so bad for me because Chloe, you don't stand a chance. Lana
I
already
don't get
knew
her.
about
Yeah,
Chloe's
I don't get
feelings.
her deal. I don't get it. Yeah, that whole thing too.
Like,
it's like
it's-
this
that-
is. Oh, dude, we got DJ Pete.
that's what I was gonna
DJ Pete in the mix, bro. Pete is DJing at the concert with the live band.
Hold on. I have to now ask Zach and one of the brothers because it's going to truly bother me. The CD that he hands Clark, is that the CD that he has?
Oh, yeah.
Because I want it.
Yo, because look, this says the Talon mix.
Is he
And
having
there's literally a fun fact about this. Watch, hold on.
But is it that the CD Zach was saying that he had?
Well, he said he had this soundtrack.
To the talent that she plays. And I made the comment of elevator music.
It says a charity party at the end of Fever. Pete hands out a CD to Clark and tells him it's the Talon mix. If you look closely, you'll see that it is actually the soundtrack to the series, apparently.
Oh, that's pretty crazy. So it at least tied in. So he did have this CD after all.
Yeah.
Unless he's a liar, which the brothers
And
do
it does
have.
say that it was the first Smallville soundtrack, and the Talon mix was released the week after this episode aired.
So this entire episode was so that they can push their CD.
Probably.
All right. Now I'm just angry.
Yeah, hey, I'm DJ Pete now. I make music.
What's up, Clark? But yes, they...
I love how he says, like, you know, Clark, it's pretty cool. I'd rather play this, the DJ, than a decoy any day. So don't use me for that shit ever again.
But seriously, is like the investigation over and everything? Figure it all out?
I hope so.
Because I'm not dealing with that. Clark's like, yeah, I think so. Turns around, and Chloe is then walking in, and she looks like that she's on a mission. He then says, all right, Pete, see you later. I got things to take care of. Walks.
Hey, Chloe, my dad said you came to visit me when I was sick.
That was really sweet of you. Sure, what are friends for? Clark doesn't know what he did.
Yeah.
Clark actually has no
Well,
clue
she's not
what
giving, like,
happened.
attitude. She's just smiling with this.
Dude, she avoids him.
For sure.
Okay, so what do you mean? Clark's going to pick up on that immediately.
Yeah, but avoiding, it's not rude, you know? It's not like she did something rude here.
She says, what are friends for? I gotta go buy a raffle ticket, bye. What do you mean?
Yeah.
That's so obvious. Me winning a computer, right? Who would have thought? Clark is like, this is not right. What happened? What did I say this time? Then we're back to Stedman rockin' house.
Dude, that shit goes in, bro.
No, it doesn't go in.
What do you
It
mean?
really doesn't go in at all. I don't know why you're trying to do this.
Oh,
because
dude, come on. We're going to go back again.
No. I have to listen to this instead of getting to the part. I fucking hate you.
Coming out, dude. He's coming out, bro.
Lana walks in. And
Clark.
she
Hey.
walks over. And Clark, hey, Lana, great party. Lana acknowledges this is all your mother's credit. Definitely give her all of it. And Clark,
What are you talking about? She was in a hospital bed, you idiot.
This was her idea, you son of a bitch. Don't you dare. But Clark actually asked Lana, hey, what's going on with Chloe? What did I do?
Yeah,
I'm
that's true.
passed out.
It's like, what happened to you really affected her.
And Clark's like, what's going on? And Lana, me too.
Me too. Yeah, stop talking about Chloe. Me too. It really affected me too.
Clark
And
is so
I actually wanted
lost
to.
by-
I wanted to show you something I wrote. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, that'd be funny.
That's the what
if
if.
Lana.
Yes.
The what if? What if she used Chloe's note?
How much chaos would that cause for future episodes? If
How much
she-
Clark dick would she get?
she used Chloe's note, where then it got Clark to get with her, where then they started dating for multiple months, and Chloe didn't find out until 2 months
And then
later.
Chloe becomes like Clark's arch nemesis in the future because of that.
Yes. Now we are cooking. Now we can actually... She should have been like the female Bizarro.
And it's like it ends up just being both of them being villains. And it's like Clark just like says, I hate both of you. I'm out of here.
And then he does the...
I'm going to go get with Pete.
No, he does... No, no! He does the Around the World, the Lois and Clark.
Oh,
He
rewinds
does-
time.
He splits the dimensions apart and causes just a gigantic blast that does not ruin the
What's
Earth.
Superman and Clark? Or sorry, Superman and Lois.
I said Lois. I said Lois.
Dude, you're
I
talking
keep
about
thinking of...
Come on, dude, come on.
I keep thinking of the TNT version, which... Classic.
classic. And of course, Lana's just like, it was really hard seeing you sick. I just always thought you were invincible.
Shout out Invincible.
Honestly.
Yeah,
And
let's
of course,
watch
Clark's
that
like,
instead.
well, now you know I'm just human. Right? I'm human like you, right?
I guess that's my way of saying you mean a lot to me, Clark.
I know it's that eloquent, but, you know, some people are just better with words than others.
Okay, I'm just going to stop you real quick because I got to ask you. Does Lana think that Clark was able to hear what Chloe said?
How does she... Well,
And
how does
that's
she
why
even know
Lana-
if Chloe even said that to him?
Then why does she make that shot? She kind of takes a shot there, no?
Well, kind of, but it's like... I mean, no shot is really known, you know? It's like it's just something she's saying that's just speaking in her mind, and Clark's not going to know what she's talking about.
But she's like, some people are just better.
But I
at
love
being able
that the stare down is there from across the way with Chloe and Lana. Like,
Well, she even says some people are just better of expressing their emotions than others, and then they have that long stare towards each other. It's just, I'm so lost because it's both girls having like some type of recollection of, oh, you love Clark? I love Clark. Oh, we didn't know about this beforehand? All of a sudden, this is new? Now we have a new type of rivalry? What I love about the awkward stare is, I'll see you at home tonight. Because they live together.
dude, it's kind of nuts because, like, this drama they be having these past few episodes, it's like, y'all literally live together. Like, how toxic is that household?
Mr. Sullivan is taking an ass whooping.
He's going to kill himself.
He's taking a beating right now.
He's like, I actually hate Lana. Hey, Lana, remember when your parents died? Remember when you should have been there? Oops. Sorry.
But you decided to be with your aunt now. How's she doing, by the way?
Yeah.
She's still with that Dean guy?
Yeah, they cool? They happier? Without you? That's good to hear. I'll tell you what, I'm more miserable in my life than I've ever been.
I'm proud of you for getting through that episode.
I hate that episode.
I'm proud of you, man. That was solid. I didn't know that we'd be able to. I figured we had to take a few breaks, breaths. I didn't know that we were going to be able to make it, but guess what? That was a hell of a run.
Hey, man, I want to just thank you for appreciating me because I am great. I am great at what I do, you know. I'm glad I got through that episode as well.
See, you're not. We're a little bit different because you know how to express your feelings through words, and I don't. I'm more of an action person. So,
you're
Clark, take me.
You're real physical. Yeah, I feel that. You got any fun facts about that episode?
No. I have actually zero fun facts about that. I'm not gonna lie to you. After I finish that episode, I go, I'm not deep diving into anything when it comes to that. I'm pissed off.
You know, dude, we missed out on a really cool deleted scene.
I know. I don't know.
It's Clark and Lex discuss Helen, and her impending departure for Johns Hopkins, sorry. And then Clark encourages Lex to do something to keep her. So, does that mean he inspired him for the key?
No, actually. Okay, that's so weird. Oh my God, that's an Office moment. Where it's Dwight having to go up to Pam asking about Valentine's Day and asking what he should get Angela. Well, she's not really that type of person that would be able to like gifts. You just need to get her something that actually shows that you care. Okay, I got it. Now shut up. And then he gives her the key.
Also, a little fun fact is that that's not the last time we're going to see that letter.
Well, I'm glad I read it then. Yes, I didn't know that. I'm glad I read it.
I'll tell you, I'm not going to tell you when,
Yeah, don't tell me.
but one day.
I'm glad the
One
audience
day.
got to, yes, we
One
all got to
day.
experience this together because at least this is for the future reference. Because I feel like, in all honesty, that was the only big factor that happened in this episode. Besides Martha cleaning up the shit she laid behind, this was the only thing that actually happened was that pink note.
Yeah, well, this episode was really good, huh?
No, this episode's going to be on the Get It Out of My Mind.
No,
That's why we're talking about them both together, because it's going to be erased after we're done with this, and I'm never going back to this episode again. Unless it's about the
Sick.
letter, and Clark then turning around saying, Lana?
Well, that's it for Fever. We had a good time with that one, huh?
I have a fever now.
Catch us next week for actually a really nice episode, Rosetta, episode 17.
You and the brothers were talking about it.
Special guest, Christopher Reeves, baby.
Who's that? Just kidding. I know, Superman. He's coming back.
No, you don't know.
Yeah, I know who he is.
So anyways,
Don't you
we'll
dare.
be back next week. Yeah, again, thank you for listening to us. Catch us, as always,
Twitter.
every week, obviously. Probably Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Whenever we feel like it. So follow us on Twitter. Talk shit to Taylor.
Use it or lose it.